Alright, so let's go to the technical part of the presentation. So basically I decided to build my own version of an OTP token generator for 2FA, as you can see right here. So what does that actually mean? That sentence that I just said has a lot of small concepts and technical terms, but to simplify, 2FA is a function or a mechanism that generates a temporary code based on two main parameters. One of them is a shared secret, and the other one is the server time. This generated code is what we call OTP code, which is that annoying little code that Google Authenticator or Microsoft Authenticator shows when you enable 2FA on a service and scan a QR code using those apps. Okay, with that being said, to be more clear, I will explain a little bit more concepts, just to be sure if you guys in the same page as me. When we enable 2FA on a service like GitHub or LinkedIn, what does the website do? What the website is doing at this moment. It provides us a QR code, and when our front-end application scans that QR code, what it's doing it. So there is no magic involved. What's really happening there is that we are capturing the shared secret from the services server, along with other informations like the website URL, the service icon, and other small pieces of information that are shown in the application. After we scan the QR code, our front-end application starts generating OTP codes using the same shared secrets provided by the services server. These generated OTP codes allows the service to validate the second authentication factor during the login process. In other words, that's how the magic works. Once the 2FA validation is done, we are able to go through. Now that you guys understood the concepts, I'm gonna show a little bit more of my application. Okay, so how did I implement that? Obviously, I didn't reinvent the wheel. I don't even know if that's the correct way to say it, but like I didn't do everything from the ground up. I searched on GitHub for a minimal template that I could use to fork it and took advantage of it. As you guys can see here, our little friend, he made like a local version. He made like this static page that generates TOTP codes based on based on the parameters passed through this form right here. But as you guys can see here, it's a static page. I didn't make my version static. My version requests information from the server. So yeah, as you guys can see here, this little version is not making any requests whatsoever. Alright, so I try to follow React best practice, at least the most obvious ones. I organized responsibilities properly, separated components, separated the hooks. I created like a hooks level, and I also made sure to separate logic, UI logic from API logic. Initially, I created a custom hook that was responsible for populating all the TOTP related states. I call it use TOTP. Though maybe later I'll rename it to something like use service. I was using it like at first, but then I ran into a classic React mistake using a custom hook for everything. Here's what happened. I was calling this custom hook separately in each component. So I had the TOTP display component and the TOTP form, and each one of them was calling the hook independently. That led to a very common React issue. Since the hook was called in two different components, the state was not being shared. The request was sent, processed successfully, but the display value didn't update immediately. It was only being updated in the UI when the timer reached 0, and another request was made. When used in isolation, it is not a tool for sharing states between multiple components. For those cases, we have use context. So I created a context that receives the same parameter as my custom hook. That way, both TOTP form and TOTP display, which previously were each calling the hook independently, now they share the same state, which are the ones that are being exported by the custom hook. So that solved the state update issue, and I properly understood the correct usage of the context. Alright, so that's basically what I wanted to share. This was the version that I created just for in order to practice my code. I like to be never satisfied with my own code. I'm gonna leave it down here, the production link where this application is hosted. I host this application on Resell, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoying it.